Hey, what's up, everyone? And I welcome you to the Gen Z Growth Lab podcast. And this is where we talk with the serious entrepreneurs who has used their proven tactics and strategies to take their Gen Z to the next level. All right, and today we have got a very special guest with us, and Navneet Kaushal from PageTraffic. And if you guys have searched SEO India, kind of a big term keyword in Google, you probably have seen PageTraffic as a number one site. It's been there for the past 6 years, I think, in a row. So yeah, I'm super excited to have you here, Navneet. How are you?
Good, good. Just a small correction. We've been there for last 12 years ranking for
12
our
years. Oh man, that's a
and
long time.
and we
That's
don't
a long time.
yes, but we don't even care about those keywords anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I agree. I agree to that because I know I've met you once in Chiang Mai. I know you what kind of a person you are. You're more into like a customer service and
Yeah.
communication. So yeah, that's one of the biggest things. So I'm sure today's episode gonna be a big one because I get asked this kind of questions numerous time in the groups and everywhere that, hey Rohin, how do you? I mean, like I do have a seven-figure agency. Like, how do you manage that? How do you manage your team? So, what kind of challenges do we get? What is the best way we get it, like client retentions or client new leads, new outbound or inbound leads? So, yeah, that is kind of a question. So, I thought like to touch base with you because you are the perfect guy for it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Navneet. So, tell us a bit about yourself. How you get into digital marketing? How this whole thing actually started?
So I've been doing digital marketing for last 21 years now.
Hmm.
And I was doing my MBA in 99 when I came across the search engine called Alta Vista. There was no
Yeah.
Google was just getting born that time. So we started doing, I was learning, I was doing my MBA, started doing on Alta Vista. Right. And then I thought, hey, I need to have my own website. And I didn't know how to make a website. So I just built a website, learned on my own Dreamweaver, and just put the website online. So, and then I thought, okay, I need to have some content. And I put four services: SEO, web design, web hosting, internet marketing, and everything. And then I forgot about it. I was doing my MBA. By the time I finished my MBA, I started getting suddenly calls. People started finding us on internet, and then they say, "Do you do SEO?" So the good thing was I never said anything no to anything when people asked. So they asked, "You know this?" I would say yes. Go back, spend time, learn, and come back. All
Yep.
learned. So that's where the journey started. We acquired our first client in India in way back in 2002.
Yep.
Good thing is they are still one of our clients. One of my friend, though there was a company called Stellar Info, which is a data recovery company, big company in Gurgaon.
Yep.
So that's where the journey started. And then we had somebody called from the UK. They said their SEO died in a road accident. So can you help? I said, okay. So that's where we started taking international clients.
Yep.
And we never looked back. So he kept on getting clients, but mainly through the organic. So that's been the case till now,
Yep.
and that's how we continued growing.
Yeah, no, that's a big thing, man, because 2002, and if I'm wrong, I think I was doing my engineering at that time. So my bachelor's from Chandigarh.
Yes.
But 2002, the search engines were kind of a very fresh at that time because old looks website. I remember like in 2002, we had that HTML sites, not even WordPress was there.
No, there was no WordPress. You could only have a PHP with includes, but mainly HTML websites.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So I can understand. I mean, it's been a long time.
Yes.
You've been in the industry, man, and that's another thing that excites me to always ask the people that how did you make your first 100K?
So
Because
if I
every I feel like 100K. Why I ask for 100K? Because this is the most challenging one what I've seen with myself, even with the other buddies as well. Because once we reach 100K, it's so much easy to reach the next slabs, whatever it is, like 500 or $1 million. But the 100K is kind of a challenge because we are learning, we are making a lot of mistakes, we are getting into that. So
So my story is little opposite. I never thought about 100K how unless you asked me actually.
oh
Uh,
yeah,
so that time 100K was in Indian rupees would value around maybe around 45 lakh rupees. And
yes,
I think my company's first year turnover was more than 45 lakh rupees at that
Yep.
time. And the good part was from that day till today, I never thought about the 100K or a 500K as a milestone. Of course, they do matter, money matters. But what I was that I took SEO as my passion. And what worked well in my favor was it also became my hobby. So what was happening is I was doing SEO work in my office, and when I went back home, I was studying SEO as my hobby. So the work was my hobby, and I never get bored from it. So the first 100K was, of course, still to summarize, my first 100K came from the US and the UK clients, mainly from the SEO, but they mainly were generated when we were doing more organic reach, and we get lots of clients who were looking for SEO at that time. It was kind of a specialized field, easy as well. So that's when we discovered that some people wanted to get into link building, and I'm talking 2002. So more than SEO, we were doing link building at that time. And the good thing was there were a lot of agencies who contacted us.
Yes.
My
Okay.
first 100K mainly came from the agencies who were outsourcing to us. I mean,
Yes.
still into 2023, our majority of revenue comes from the agency who outsourced to us.
Okay. So
So
the white label work you guys
yes,
make
yes.
do it.
So what happens is when let's say people want to hire us, our expert for a white label, let's say 20 hour, 40 hour, we have a different services like you can hire our people for. I remember we started our services, hire our full-time SEO for $999
Okay.
way back then, and
Okay.
that service still continued, and
Okay.
of course it evolved with the hourly. So that service was something which was very attractive to the agencies out there. They could outsource their hours. They can, so let's say somebody wants just technical SEO and they have just a client who wants just specific work. So that's where that angle came, and that 100K was easy for that.
Okay. Okay. Now that's excited because I know you are a kind of thing who build always try to build something more in learning. And
Yes.
that could be in the form of courses, could be in the form of like a testing or so as well. I think you told me during our meet at Chiang Mai as well. So yeah, that's great stuff. That's great stuff. And I mean, like, how do you deal with the clients then? Is that a client communication you prefer to do it yourself, or you always try to have the team leads? Hey, you have to do the work. I'm the boss. I'm gonna stay in the office. What happened?
So uh initially it was like that only. Let's be frank. Everybody is like that. I am the boss. So yeah,
Yeah.
you learn. So the good and the bad thing is this is my first job and my
Okay.
only job. I haven't done any job outside, so I wouldn't know how to do. I learned the rope while walking. I'll be frank with
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
So while I was learning, I did my fair share of mistakes. Everybody does. So
Yeah.
yes, I would not delegate. I would stick to myself, thinking
I'm
my
the best.
loss. I would take ownership, but then I suddenly realized that's not how you grow.
Yes.
So,
True.
so
True.
that was the thing. So right now we have a specific client servicing department, which we actually call as a customer success department. We don't, so we say that you are responsible for customer success, and they are an interface who deals with the clients. We use project management software called Basecamp. We are their early adopters. We started using Basecamp in 2000 since 2006.
Oh
So,
yes.
so
That's
we do.
when the company was founded, I guess.
No, we were founded, yeah, Basecamp was founded around that time, right? So that's what we've been doing. And since then, what has helped is that having a separate department for client communication, people who with good communication, that's important. People who empathize with the customers, that's what we have been able to find, and that's what we have. So we have a separate client servicing department. In fact, if you ask me, our departments, we have an SEO department. In SEO, we have outreach department, which is totally separate. We have an off-page department. We have a link research department. We have a team people who just write content on page and metas. And I have a
Okay.
technical SEO team, which is separate. So
Okay.
over a period, I learned that although I can know everything, but I cannot master everything as such. So I can have an employee as an SEO, but let's be frank, a technical guy can never write a good English. A good English guy cannot do a technical SEO. A good
Right.
research cannot be a technical. So it's never going to be like that.
Yep.
So
Yep.
what we done is built the team around which have expertise. So our technical SEO guys are our development team who are quite an expert in technical SEO. I don't have to tell them. So when a site comes, it's a workflow. Site comes, the customer success team assigns it to development team. They have their SOPs, and then they just deliver. So that things helps us a lot in growth.
Okay. Okay. And how big is the team size at the moment?
Right now we have around reaching almost touching 100 people. We have a mix of people working in office and in the work from home as well. We have people working outside India as well. We have people in Kenya, writers. We have people working in Philippines as well. So of course
Okay.
everybody works. We have
Yep.
we as Philippines as well. So
Yep.
yes, we have those, and we, as I said, we just moved to a new office, which
Oh,
is another
congrats for it.
100-seater. 100
Yeah.
seater office we are planning to fill. This is our another branch. We just moved in this last month only.
Okay. But the same, under the same brand,
Yes,
PageTraffic.
that's it. Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
No, that's great. That's great. And that's, I guess the next call is basically that question is from my end. How do you manage to actually take all these calls, man? Because see, I'll tell you, we are getting a lot of leads, a lot of inbound leads, even a lot of paid ads we are going on. So the leads are coming in from every positive way. A lot of clients, whenever they need end of month reporting, they sometimes ask that we want to actually jump on a call to understand things better as well. Is that something you take all the calls yourself, or is that you try to? Because I'm going to literally note down this point, whatever you will say, because
So
sitting every day on the
I
calls, it takes a lot of
yes.
time, to be honest.
Yes, in fact, calls takes a lot of time. So what we have done is we have trimmed down the expectations. So the softwares which we use, the reportings which we use, we have tried to put as much clarity into it. We are
Okay.
now in a stage to integrate Locker Studio. So
Okay.
once we have that Google Data Studio, we are in a stage where we are giving more and more clarity to the client. So my client jump on a call, but then we set the specific that, okay, it's not that you pick a call and give me a call immediately. I'm not a phone a friend, just a call away. So we
Yep.
build this expectation initially. If there is an urgency, we are available. But it's because, let's say today, yes, a couple of days back, Google came with another update. We've
Another
been
update.
hit with
Yes.
one the other update. And the point is, if the site rankings move now, and if a client calls me, I cannot do anything. So let's say every time SEO is not something that you always see up climb. I would lose ranking, you will lose ranking, somebody will gain, somebody will lose.
Exactly.
We have to adjust to the algorithm. So when my client calls up or sends me a message, hey, we have a fall in ranking. So we are clear on this. So we tell them there is an update going, the flux will happen in 15 days. Whatever I do, my
Let
most of
us be
roles and
settled
bands,
down.
whatever I do is not going to make a difference. So then they are okay with that. And as I said, we have client calls having every month. But as I said, we have a customer success team who does the calls. But sometime what would happen is, I would say somebody taking a call for an hour, somebody
Okay.
finishing the call in 15 minutes. So we always set the expectation right. So let's say if you are a client, I say, hi, Robin, this is a call. You booked 30 minutes with us. And
Yep.
when we are at the 20-minute mark, I will remind you, this is that I'm going to jump into another call after 30 minutes. And clients are all okay with. So it doesn't take too much time. That's what we have done. We
Yep.
do calls, of course, Zoom calls, Google Meets, all, but we set the expectation. This is the call is about. It's not a tit tat, and we are not looking for a live support. You have to book a call always. So you
Yep.
just can't call us up any minute. Please book a
All,
call,
yep.
and that
But
works.
that's for the existing clients. How about the new leads? Because whenever it's a new leads, they always be kind of a warm leads, or if they have booked a call. How do you manage that particular kind of thing? Is that something you try to take the call yourself, or is that again that goes to the customer success team to take those calls and convert them? Because taking a call and converting them, they're two different things, you know. As a
Right.
owner, maybe you have got a kind of a passion to actually, hey, I'm going to take it. I have a full thing that I need to convert it as well. But sometimes when it comes to employers, they say, okay, if this works, works. If not, then not a problem about it. So how
So,
do you manage this thing?
so that's an interesting question, but you'll be surprised. I never take a sales call.
Okay.
So I have a
Again,
and
customer
my
service.
customer success team comes only post sales. I have a pre-sales team, which we call as a digital marketing strategist. So whenever a lead comes, we do a BANT, BANT, which is for budget, authority, need, and timing.
Yep.
So whenever a lead comes, we generally shoot them a mail asking them a few questions. If they are interested, they will reply back. And then that's where we book a call. We do a research and my sales team will book a call with them. So we
Okay.
do not just reply or jump on a call unless I have those budget, authority, needs, timing clear. So I
Yep.
have just one person in our team who just does that. So whenever a lead comes, we use HubSpot. So whenever a lead comes, they do a BANT with that and they see, okay, what kind of a business. And based on those, I have a sales team of 5 people. I have a salesperson in the US as well.
Yep.
We've been working for almost 15 years with me, Sean. So we do that in the sense. And yes, if there is a need when when we see the customer is an enterprise customer, then I jump on the call to assure the customer that yes. And when they have some questions, because sometimes my team says you give too much free GAN, and then we lose the client because you have told him everything on the call. So that's why I avoid. But yes, the process.
Jump in.
Yes, the most important thing is the process and the SOP. So as long as the SOP is correct and the process there, and you are monitoring all of those, I don't think becomes a problem.
Yep. And that takes me to the next question as well, Navneet, SOPs. Because I know I've seen, I'm a kind of example myself that I've seen a big difference in the things, in the processes, everything going on in the agency. We have got a team of 60 people as well. And after building out the right kind of SOPs, it took me like 6 months, I think, to build out a complete CRM, SOPs, the reporting systems, and how the things has to go and all that. For you, sometimes I meet the people and they say, okay, whenever we get the project, we just keep on starting on it and we go with the flow. Some people are very particular about it that, hey, we have a proper system and we have got a proper SOPs in place. So I guess with kind of a strength you have got at the moment, you must be having some kind of like a CRM system which you are using, which could be a separate maybe from Basecamp, or is it not?
No, Basecamp is mainly for client communication. So what we have done is we ditched honestly for internally, I ditched the CRMs, getting too many CRMs to handle. Now we purely move on the Google Drive and Google Docs and Google Sheets. So we have SOPs for everything, mind maps, which we start using. So we know, okay, this is the mind map flow. We have linked every SOPs on those because I am a very particular when it comes to a format. I don't know. I have a habit. If it has to be Arial 12, it has to be Arial 12. I can't look at something. So all sheets are standardized, which I take proud in. I even have all computers standardized. All data saving is done in the same format. So if you go to my person A, person B, person C, and you replace them any day, they will all have same type of data and start at the same time. So what we done is we have segregated into different niches our teams, and the SOPs remains, and SOP is one of our biggest strength. The process is what actually makes us grow, because SO is a repeatable task. I'll be frank. It's not something you have to do every day. So those SOPs are important. And the best part is when we update anything, those all SOPs are updated and everybody picks those templates, start from those SOPs only. So we do a lot of SOPs, and I've been to SOPs since day one.
Okay. And is there anything has been changed since this Chat GPT or AI that has been come?
So yes, all our team use Chat GPT, Claude, and Bard. We use all the softwares. We absolutely love them. So even for my customer success team, when they have put their reply, I say put in and ask Chat GPT for improvements. We do a lot of, and we do a lot of strategies through Chat GPT. My sales team has Chat GPT. Today, my HR is going to take a session on how to use Chat GPT for HR.
Okay. No,
Yeah, so I am all for it. So we are using a lot of SOPs and improving them every day as we go.
Yeah, no, same here, same here. I'm using it quite a lot as well. And in fact, for the emails, I'll tell you one of a thing is like whenever we used to get like emails and someone is asking, hey, this is my website, can you tell me a bit about that and all that? We used to reply back in a running hand, okay, this is what the things, because obviously it takes a lot of time. But with the Chat GPT, especially some of the Chrome extensions are like that play inside the Gmail itself. So you can simply do that. read the previous communication and just prepare a more detailed reply, and we can do a more quick tweaks and everything to it, and
Right.
we send it out. And what happened is some of the proposal I sent it out that way, because sometimes usually we send out the proposals via proper proposal system, but some we use better proposals.io for that. But sometimes we send it via email if the query is from the same client, from old client, I mean. So
Right.
that will start converting so well. And I told my team, I said, like, this is what you can do. So we are actually trying to use it in a lot of different ways as well, especially code interpreter is the one which is super helpful. You
Yes.
sometimes I do it like I take the data from Screaming Frog, I put it in the code interpreter and tell them, okay, this is what I'm after
Yes.
and all that. So
Yes.
much helpful, so
Yes.
much helpful these days. I can't tell
Right.
you.
We
Um,
we now use to analyze logs with the chat GPT.
yes.
So which page Google is crawling, what is the issue? So we have started using those, and my team is absolutely loving it. And we think, yes, these are tasks which are heavy processing, and these lifting can be done with the AI, and we are all for it. We are doing it almost every day. Yes.
Yes, no, that's Superman. We use one of a plugin called InspectJet, I think. What that plugin actually do is that plugin shows the entire log file analysis inside the WordPress site. For that
Yeah.
particular site, it just we don't need to download anything from the server,
Right.
any
Right. Right.
files or
Right.
something. Can show everything inside the files and all the status codes, everything we can do it. Now, definitely, this AI, I guess, has changed a lot of things in the
Yes.
last 6 to 8 months. How
Right.
we all used to do before. So yeah, it is actually helpful. It is
Yes.
very helpful, and might have cut down on the cost as well, and some way maybe.
Absolutely, absolutely. We create video scripts with them. Those are basic things which everybody is doing. So we've been doing
Yes.
video scripts. We have our own tool. So that tool which we use are interesting. So you give all the websites and the pages which doesn't have metas, that AI will crawl those pages and write the metas. So
Okay.
let's say if your site is a 500 pages website, and I'm not going to do all on it 500 pages meta, it's going to take a lot of time. So the let's say we are working on 20, 30, 40 pages, and
Yep.
what about the other pages which don't have meta or which have duplicate meta issues?
Yep.
That we take this AI click, and it's pretty much accurate. And now
Okay.
we just have one person who just do that, do the analysis and put that. So that's where the VA comes in. VAs are easy and good to do this.
Exactly. Now productivity has increased a lot
Yes.
actually with that.
Yes.
And apart from that, the competition, because that is always kind of thing which was there, which always gonna happen. And
Yes.
digital marketing is actually getting quite competitive. You know that this complete landscape is getting so much competitive now. So how do you deal with that? Is that you always try to stay ahead in your marketing? Like, hey, I'm to spend this much amount of money every single year on the marketing itself, because sometimes, especially for a agency like yourself, maybe you're gonna think, oh, okay, I've got a plenty of clients on board already, that I might don't need to focus too much on the marketing. So how do you do it? Is that something you still focus a lot on marketing side, or you just happy with the existing clientele, you just prefer to keep getting them only?
Good thing is that when I started doing SEO, just after a few years, I started writing about SEO.
Yep.
And I've been writing and doing a lot of online sessions, a lot of offline sessions as well. So that marketing and a thought leadership in specifically in our market comes when people recognize me for what I do. And I
Yeah.
still write, and our blog still gets lots of traffic. I mean, if you go into plug our website into HRAFS or SEMrush, you will see some crazy traffic coming up. And so we see that approach has always worked for us. So the approach on marketing, and of course, when you are in the forefront of anything which happens in the search industry or this scenario, we are there. So people see it as a thought leader, and that makes us easier for working. And of course, I am the one who every time likes to upgrade our packages, upgrade our services, upgrade our SEO plans, because sometime problem is that when you are operating at that level, you do not have any other competitor to look into what improvement there has to be.
Yep.
Good part is where we are able to beat our competition is we take all our feedback from our clients and learn from it, especially the one who fires us.
Yep.
So if a client fires us for XYZ reason, I have a habit to introspect. and I see how could I have saved him, what extra I can do. So I have a client who, just an example, I have a client who sold his business to another person. Their marketing guy comes in, and usually when a company changes hand and the new marketing heads come, the first thing to do is fire everyone. That's obvious.
Yes.
So we got fired. So the thing I learned is, what could I have done to not get fired? So I learned that maybe the client had been with us for last 4 years, been paying us almost $2,500 a month, and had almost all top 10 rankings. In fact, top 5 rankings. So what could I have done better? So then I realized maybe I didn't show him the value of the work. I was showing him rankings, I was showing him reportings, I was showing him traffic, but maybe he never asked for me to call him or our team, and we never asked. I thought, okay, he's happy with the ranking, he's saying thank you. But I think that if I continue to, as an SEO, if we continue to show our value, that, and we continue to be open our channels for communications, okay, this is a Google update which came, this is, so the communication is important. And as we continue to do any activities, whether it's offline or online, and we involve those clients into it. Just an example, we moved to a new office, we shoot a mail to our clients, okay, this is our new office. By the way, my whole office is built on a theme for Star Wars, so I'm a big Star Wars fan. So yeah, so you would say maybe let the force be with you. So I have all those Yodas and all those comments across all my office, and I love them. I actually have my team watch Star Wars as well, so they understand what actually it is. So, and those are the things where I think a personalization helps. So when we are personalized to our client, and second thing is our project management is so strong, everything is so organized that customers loves it. So the analogy which I gives to my employees are that, if just think like an iPhone is so beautiful to hold and so nice that everybody, one person who uses it don't want to go back to another phone. So I say, if you built your services like that, where your services are so smoothly going on, your process is so smooth, then competition won't matter for that matter. Till date, most of our clients are word of mouth. They keeps on returning back. And of course, if somebody sees me on speaking some channels or some places, then those are the word of mouth which helps. So the competition can't go into that, because see, a competition can't say, if I have experience of 21 years, and best part is we have so many assets online which cannot be replicated overnight. So no other SEO company can come and replicate all those things. So those things.
So you have put a lot of effort, as I can see, into the things to building up the entire business from ground up. And yes, you are completely right that if a person is actually getting a good customer service, if the person is getting the results, there is no meaning for them to actually keep shuffling around from one vendor to the another to the third one, just for the sake of dollars only. Because especially the foreign agencies, they are so much particular about it. They say, okay, if we have got in touch with a person and this guy is doing very good, the team is very prompt, because they always have a question, hey, is your team prompt? So if the team is prompt, why do we move from one place to another? It's better to actually put a little more markup on the things and stick with the people who is helping us to grow as well. So yes, I completely agree with that. And so you guys are not doing any kind of a paid marketing, you're saying? No billboards or any offline or any online marketing kind of thing on Meta, on Google, or maybe
we do a little bit of retargeting and remarketing, and yes, need be, we want to we do a little bit of PPC as well. So, but more of my marketing is into content building assets. So I'm speaking at places. Visibility is important. When you are visible, then a lot of clients sees you. That's what is important.
Exactly right. Exactly right. I've seen your Facebook pages, even your profile a few times. I mean, like, you guys are pretty good in the team management as well, distributing the prizes, or even if it comes to any gatherings or even the festivals. I mean, like, I saw like you did I think that was Ganesh Chaturthi or maybe something.
So the new office which we built, I told my team it's time to show everybody our office, and it is like almost it's a 6,000 square feet large space. I get to corner office myself, and
Okay.
we got a pretty nice office. And so we said yes, these are important. And next very important thing, which is that the team which we have now, there are things which we have made for our team, and some of my employees questions me, why are we doing that? So just an example, every team member gets a goal sheet, and every goal sheet has one particular thing which they say they have to have at least 4 trainings every year. Now what we
Okay.
have done is we have said those 4 trainings you can pick yourself, whichever training you want. It has to be related to our business, but not related to your industry. Let's say
Yep.
you are a web designer, you want to learn SEO, good with us. You are an HR, you want to learn sales, good with us, and we will pay for that training. You will
Mm,
do it in the office at our hour, at our expense. So people
yeah.
sit in our office,
Yeah.
do those, and that and I'm building their career, because I think if I'm not going to upskill my team, either my clients will leave me or either they will leave me.
They will leave. That's true.
So
That's
we
true.
have done, we have, yes,
And there is, I understand, I completely understand, because I have faced that kind of insecurity in the past, when in my very initial years of my career, when I thought like, hey, we are helping them out to actually enhance their knowledge and all that. What if they're gonna leave and if they go away? And slowly, I noticed. Luckily, I left that thing in by 2017 something. I left there. I came out of that complete scenario. That if I want help them to scale, then I need to get in their position all the time. So I have to protect myself. I have to help them to scale. If they want to leave, if they think like there is a more better place for them, they can always go. So, but we need to come out of that insecurity, because I'll tell you, literally, I get on these calls with some of the coaches or something as well, and this is kind of a very common question which get asked. That insecurity, like, do we help the employees to scale or not? But yeah, you got it. So it is actually very important, very
so
important.
I always say to my HR, remember one thing: no employee is married to the job.
Yes, yes,
So I
you're
just
right.
say nobody is married to the job. I mean, so they're not gonna stay for me with life, and I'm okay with it.
Yes, 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 yes. No, I
So I
agree.
had my peace there. So I don't mind. I know that's the how life works. Nobody lives forever. Nobody's married to the job. They will move on. That's okay.
We'll
I
move
should
on.
not hold anything back because of that. And end of the day, why I think that way also is because people come to us not because of my employee. They come to us because of a brand. So when
Brand.
people
Yes.
outsource, you are buying an Apple product, an Apple employee leaving is not going to make a difference to Apple
Yes.
as such, because
Yes.
that brand is, positioning is important, which we have been doing, and we
Yes.
continue to do that. So the people are getting work done from a brand, and I don't think then that things helps. And if we are upscaling, it also helps all to the client as well
Yep.
as the employees.
Yep. And you guys actually try a lot to actually keep them motivated as well. What I've seen,
Yeah.
in the form of maybe parties, gatherings, or maybe in the form
Yes.
of prize distribution, like you said. It's
Yes.
important. Yes.
Yes. Now, in fact, I have doubled up on that. We have hired a lot of professional HR agency one to help us with that, to see how we can do it better, much better. So I have always told to my employees that we have to see that your upbringing, your upscale is important, upskilling. And
Yes.
if you see the office behind me, these glasses, and my staff sits outside. So I've told them that this denotes for me an open communication. I will never put a film. None of my glasses or cabins, they are all open cabins. Everybody
Yes.
can see. Right now, I'm having this call. Everybody can see. It's all open. So I've said this is open. What I get is what you get. The view I get from my room is the view you get from your cabin. So I've been doing that, and I think if I up specifically after post COVID, it's important to give those employees those facilities and make them feel comfortable in the office.
I agree. I agree to this. And you're the only owner of Page Traffic, or do you have partners as well?
I run the organization with my brother. He looks after the finance part as well. So
Okay. Okay. No, that's great. And just a very final question for the day is, Navneet, I know your time is pretty important too. Everyone is having, how can I say that? Everyone is having some kind of like bad clients, especially in SEO, where the people comes with a lot of expectations. They say like, okay, I'm gonna pay you this much only. Like maybe we are on a budget, I can pay you $500 only, but this is all I expect from you. And some of them are even super bad. They always come with a screaming mode on. So, hey, what happened with my rankings and all that? Without even giving a chance, they always feel like it's not Google who has made the algorithm change. It's we who did something and everything has been messed
Right.
up. So how do you deal with these kind of people? Any kind of like a any example you can think of, like you think like, okay, I it was much better not having this kind of client on board.
So I'll give you two examples. So one example was when I have a client recently who we were doing SEO for, and the client was almost always rude on the call, like rude, like maybe by habit. So what
Super.
happens is one day he said, okay, you have built my links, and these links are not, some of these links are not cached. So we told him that Google Cache is not something I can force. They say, but I paid you for cache. We said, my team said that that's not what we do. You, because see, the problem is when you start going into nitty-gritties, then becomes a problem. So we always try to tell clients, this is your ranking, this is how you're supposed to be looking. You are getting your rankings. If a
Yes.
couple of links or a 5 link doesn't get crawled, that's not how you look at it. You are micromanaging for us. So he ended up emailing us that you are cheat, you are fraud, and and the good thing is, bad or a good thing is, he copies all the news channel into it.
Okay.
So, so the first thing we did is we fired the client. We said,
Yes.
will not work with you. End
Yes.
of it. However, whatever links you have complaints, we will fix them. But we will not work. He came back. Then why are you, if you are fixing, why are you not working for us? I said, no, we're not going to take those clients. So that's one thing. So the client's expectations, I have a habit. We fire a lot of clients. If the client becomes bad, we fire. But now here is another client in the US who have some holistic business. So he has some all those spas and all those. So he is a person who is always talking on the, he leaves WhatsApp messages, voice notes, shouting. But when my team hears, they get, but the point is, he just shouts, but he's not rude. He's just loud. He's frustrated at
Loud.
past
Yes.
few experiences. But mind it, he pays me $5,000 a month. We
Yes.
thought maybe he's shouting a month or load. We said, boss, don't shout at us. We are working. He would say, I'm fed up with this, fed up with that, fed up with that. So the point is, all we tried to be a good learner for, a good listener for him, and that
Yes.
listen helped. And it's been almost 8 months. He gave us one more campaign to do, and so we had both shared. But I have one thing I have learned is, if a client is paying low, and that's the client who will shout most.
Okay.
So
So
you need to, we have increased our pricing. We do not take low, we do not take clients who sounds aggressive on the call. They don't understand SEO. We don't take those clients at all.
okay.
I'm
And
happy with that, because you know what, those clients takes most of your energy and day, and I don't want
yes.
that.
Yes,
So
yes, yes. I agree because every second person after watching couple of videos, SEO videos on YouTube, they feel themselves like a SEO pro. And
yes,
then whenever it comes like this, they always be having a new kind of a questions as well. So
right,
I completely agree. The low ticket clients are sometimes
yes,
really quite a painful clients as well.
right.
They always be having a big expectations. Whereas, yes, I completely agree. Some of the big ticket clients we have got, Navneet, and that's with us. I'm very much sure it's been in your case too. There are high ticket clients like a 10K, 20K kind of thing. And they're just coming once in a month only, just for
Yes.
a quick one, and then they just go away. They do not have a time for all this.
They
They
are
feel
paying us for our time. They are for
exactly
saving their time. Right.
for saving their time. Yes,
Yes.
if they have to come and do it every day, then there is no fun for them to have it done. No, that's great, man. That's super great stuff what you have shared today. And just the very final thing is, for the guys who've been starting out, they always be having a kind of expectation in their mind, like, is that something gonna work or not? A lot of businesses, especially in digital marketing, they do get failed in the very 3 years or 5 years max. And what is the kind of an advice you can give them for them to build out a kind of a successful agency as like PageTraffic?
So I would give them only a few words in advice, that first of all, SEO now and SEO before is totally different. You can't just
Mhm.
think about building those spammy links and thinking, hey, I can outsource it on Fiverr and get it done.
Yes, yes,
So you have to find your specialization or a field. So
Yes.
if you could niche down to something, that's one thing important. Niching down to a particular industry is one, but niching down to a service is also important. So let's
Yes.
say I'm a guy who just do Shopify technical SEO. If I pitch myself, that's gonna help. If you're gonna just do technical SEO, one aspect which people look after it, you need to do a lot of social listening where
Yep.
people are having pains, and you can just point that. So if you're gonna offer everything, people will always caution those. And if you are just starting out, I would say local SEO is much easier to start rather than the organic ones. Local is good to go, easier to
Yes.
get ranked, still easier. Let's hope how long it remains. But
Yes.
that's what the person they should be focusing on. And if I met a lot of companies, I was in a Google search meet last week, and I met a lot of people who just niche down to specific PPC. They just do PPC, and specifically for an e-commerce, specifically when they teach for about $2,000 a month, and they just have 25 people working, and they have a good turnover, good life.
Yep.
I really like those type of companies as well who have niched down to those, and all those companies have grown well in last 2-3 years.
Yes, yes, that's true. But is the page traffic, is that you guys just in SEO, or you do like PPC, Facebook ads, and
We do Facebook ads, we do a lot of e-commerce websites, we do SEO because we have a large team departmentalized, so we do a lot of those.
and web?
Primary, yes, we do SEO, but when it comes to remarketing, PPCs, Google ads, Facebook ads, we do e-commerce website, Shopify, and WordPress. Yeah, we all do those.
Okay, so the development and the designing part, you guys do it
Yeah,
as
we
well.
have a team because anyhow I would need team for doing technical SEO as well. So who
Yes.
would do all of that, right?
But the page traffic is not any in building apps or Android apps or that kind of thing, is it?
No, as of now, we do a little bit of Flutter, but not much
Not the
heavy.
main forte. Yes,
We
I
maintain few websites, bigger websites. So we maintain SS Cricket. You heard those company
yes,
which,
yes, yes, yes,
I mean, World Cup is going, so you will see SS most of.
yes.
So we manage their online presence.
All right,
We are
presence. That
building an app for them. They got a lot of traffic. So I mean, they rank for a keyword bat. Imagine in top 3. Just type
yeah,
bat and you'll find them. So that's
yeah.
where what we've done for them.
Oh,
So
super.
yes, so we maintain all of their digital presence
Yep.
as well.
And if the people, like people watching this video, if they have to come contact you, even the agencies, if they have to touch base with yourself, I mean, like, can they do it via page traffic? Do you guys have some kind of like a contact form over there, or is it a chat visit or something like that?
There is all chat visit, but the simplest way is you can write to Navneet at pagetraffic.com, NAVNEET@pagetraffic.com.
.com.
We have on our site, when you go to pagetraffic.com, you will find a contact us. You can contact us through that. So on
Yeah.
our site, you will find services as well as plans and packages, but we do have a white label separate services where you could customize what you want us to
Yeah.
do.
No, that's great.
You can hire our guy to just do the work what you want. Yes.
Now that's great, Navneet. That's really great talking to you today, man. I can't really imagine I never imagined like it probably gonna go for 45 minutes like this, because we shared so much stuff. I'm sure I probably need to take you again someday on a call to discuss more things, because we haven't discussed a lot of things like financials and that kind of things, how the agencies should go about managing the financial.
I'm gonna be in a Chiang Mai next month. I hope
Yes.
you're coming.
Yeah, I'm trying to arrange a ticket, but somehow I missed it actually at that time because the tickets they just went out pretty
Yeah,
fast.
in a couple of days, right?
But I'm trying to arrange one if I can, and then definitely we're gonna catch up.
Yeah. Otherwise, you can anyhow drop into our office.
I will, yes. Mumbai, you're based in Mumbai, aren't you?
No, I have an office in Mumbai, but right now I'm speaking from Noida. We took this
Right.
location, Noida Sector 62.
Okay. So yeah, that's a good question. I mean, like, do you guys having an office? You moved from Noida somewhere to Noida?
So we have we were in Noida Sector 4, which
Mhm.
still is there, and we took out this new location in Noida Sector 62.
Okay.
Primary reason is because we see in our industry, manpower is the machine.
Yes,
So the
yes.
thing is, I would rather be moving, and most of my employees comes from the nearby areas and most of these areas. So that's why it makes sense. And we
Come,
wanted a bigger office as well, and not an office in a smaller road. So this is a 5,000 square meter plot on which we
that's
have an
big.
office.
That's a
So
big one.
that gives
And
us
that,
a feel, and we like to walk in, and it's
yes,
gives us
yes.
a good.
Thanks.
Anybody who comes here loves it.
I will, sir. I will for sure one day. And
Sure.
Noida is not too far from Amritsar, so I'll definitely come someday. It'd probably be a privilege to come and meet you guys over
Yeah,
there.
sure.
All
Anytime.
right. Thanks for that, Navneet. I really appreciate your time today, sir. That was
Yeah.
really helpful. A lot of ideas you actually share, a lot of things you shared, which really gonna help a lot of agencies and start, especially newbies, to get who are trying to get into this agency culture, because such a big team handling, it's not a joke. Such a big presence on the web is actually not a joke as well. And the consistent traffic, I said like 6 years. 6 years is something what I have seen. You said like 12 years. Like for the past 6 years, if I ever try to go and do it like SEO India, oh, you guys are number one, and you guys are always number one. So no,
Yes,
that's
as I said, and the fun part is when an employee comes for an interview, they say, we were asked to copy your strategies to get us number one. I said, did it work? They said no.
yes, yes. It's
Uh,
all the testing culture what you got in
yes,
your agency, which
right.
breaks the needle, especially in this algorithm update changes what are
Yes,
going.
yes, yes.
Now, thanks for that, sir. Thank you, Navneet.
Oh,
I really appreciate your time.
you are.
And yeah, thanks for it.
All
Bye-bye.
right, man.
Bye-bye.